Ooh. Hey, everybody. Or, hey, nobody. So, what we're doing here is I've been battling back and forth, Daiwa to Shimano. And I finally decided I've got a couple Daiwa rods here. I've got the Zillions. I've got a couple Shimano Poisons and Shimano Zodiases. And I do like the Zodias or the Shimano Curado. It's a nice reel. But when it comes to dialing it in with different baits, I've been really struggling with it. I've been getting a lot of backlashing in it and a lot of blowups. So I decided to make a change. We're going away from Shimano when it comes to bait casters. I really love Shimano when it comes to spinning reels, and I'm going to stay with them. But I've decided that I'm going to go away from the Curados, and I think I'm going to start going with some of the Daiwa Tutulas. This one's a little bit different. Put a little oil on these while I just got them. This is a Diawa Zillion. I got it apart right now. The one thing about Daiwa is they usually come kind of dry. So I figured before I even line it up, I was going to put a little oil on it. So that's what I'm doing here. Just putting a little oil on those bearings and get this thing to really spool out fast and do its thing. And that feels really good. Big difference. Just a little bit of drop oil and made a huge, huge difference. Do we have another one in there? So this is a Diawa Zillion. I've never had a Zillion before, so first one. So I'm kind of learning it as I go, as far as taking it apart and breaking it down. But as I was saying before, the Daiwas, when you buy them brand new, they kind of come a little dry. So we're working on this guy right here. This is it's an apart Daiwa Zillion, and I'm going to match it up with a Daiwa Zillion medium heavy rod here. And they are really nice rods. Give you a look-see of this rod. You can see it's really a sweet, sweet rod. I had the Curado on it, and I don't know. I'm just not feeling the Shimano baitcasters as hard as or as much as I really want to put the effort into trying to stay with these Shimano Curados. When I change up on bait size, and they blow up on me. Where a Daiwa, I can just dial it down, dial that breakdown, and just work it up as I cast instead of just exploding it right off the bat. So we're switching from the Curado over to a Daiwa Zillion, and beautiful reel. I got it on sale at Tackle Warehouse, so yeah, we're going to give this a shot. And like I said, I wanted to put a little oil on it before I got her out there and got it on the water. We're frozen over right now, so we're not getting on the water anyway. But anyway, doing a little grease on there. I want to get this baby really lubed up for the season. brand new reel. But as I said before, for some reason, the Daiwas come a bit dry. So my suggestion is, before you even spool it up, just go ahead and put a little grease on it. Put a little oil on the bearings. And you should have a real quick, nice reel. And as I said, we're working with a Diawa Zillion here. Let's get this back together and I'll let you see what we're working with here. Really nice looking reel. So this is the Diawa Zillion. And you can see really a pretty reel. It's got the flat black there, gloss black sides. It's got the brass T-wing design. Really nice reel. And this is one of the reels that was starting to lead me to say, all right, maybe we need to make a change from the Shimanos. And this is a Shimano Curado, which I've been trying to keep the line on there. I'm going to respool my Zillion with this 10-pound fluorocarbon. So I'm back and forth, but I've really been fighting the Curados. I want to love them. I want to love Shimano. I really do. But they don't love me. And not that I make a ton of lure changes, but I make enough. And once in a while, I just want to say, oh, you know what? This is a little bit big for this area. I want to downsize a little bit. If I downsize on this reel, this Curado will blow up. I try to adjust it down, but the adjustment, there's so little adjustment on the Shimanos as opposed to the Daiwas. You know, I really feel like Daiwa is the way to go. You know, I like them, and I think I'm gonna stick around with them. Hi Mia, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Mia, we're playing with our fishing rods today. So we're switching some Shimanos over to Daiwas, and yeah, that's what we're doing. I got a beautiful Diawa Zillion rod, and we're going to be putting this Zillion reel on our Zillion rod. Previously, it had our Shimano Curado on there, and I really feel like it was time. I've been struggling with the Curados, so, and look how nice that looks. Boy, that is pretty. That is a beautiful setup. Beautiful setup. So, yeah, I think I'm really going to like this. I think I'm really, really going to like this. It was a little bit expensive, but I was kind of okay with that. Hey, Villagrins, how are you? How are you, man? Good afternoon. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that like if you happen to be by. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're in the shop today, and I've been struggling with Shimano when it comes to bait casters. I make a lot of different size changes from time to time, and this Curado has been really, I've been really struggling with it. And I want to love Shimano in the worst way, and I'm really having a tough time. Every time I make a lure change and the weight's a little different, I'll explode this Curado. I have mainly all Daiwa Tatulas, and I thought, well, you know what? Let's make a change. And I wanted to upgrade because I usually am using just regular full-out Tatulas, and I decided to upgrade a bit. I went with a Diawa Zillion, and that's what we're going to be working out with there. And she's a beaut. She is a beaut. Pretty real. A smaller body. This is about a 100 as opposed to the 200 we were dealing with. So yeah, we're going to and we are switching from a Shimano Curado to a Diawa Zillion on our Diawa Zillion rod. I've been trying to use these Shimanos, and I haven't been having very much success. And I just oiled this up and gave it a little grease. It feels awesome. Feels really awesome. So let's get this lined up. And my thinking was that I was just going to spool it right off my old reel. So do a little lining up here. And I'm just going to spool it right out. It'll probably bird nest on me if I know the way my Shimanos have been acting towards me. I'm sure I'll try to put this on and spool it off my reel. And the first thing that will happen is it'll get all crazy. It'll bird nest on me. That would be the likeliness, right? So, how's everybody doing today? Thanks for stopping in. Playing around in the shop a little bit. We got a couple new reels. If you've been keeping an eye out on Tackle Warehouse, you would have seen that they had a 20% discount on all their stuff. And I was able to pick up a couple nice reels. I picked up the Diawa Zillion, which I'm trying to line up right now. And I also picked up another reel. And I'll show you that in a little bit here. I picked up a BFS reel also. Just kind of playing around a little bit. I wanted to get away from, I think, going away from Shimano when it comes to bait casters. I really do love Shimano. When it comes to spinning reels, they're absolutely great. I love them. I absolutely love them. But I've been struggling with the bait casters. And I feel like I'm a pretty good fisherman. But for some reason, those reels have been fighting me terrible. Terrible. So I decided I'm making a change. I have other Daiwas, and I do very well with the Daiwas. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to invest in some higher end Daiwas. So I picked up this Diawa Zillion, and I also picked up a Daiwa BFS reel, 70. So getting this lined up here. So how's everybody doing today? Thanks for stopping in. If you're just stopping in, don't forget to hit that like. If you're not subscribed to my channel, well, what are you waiting for? So anyway, I will show you this reel in a second. I'm just trying to get this thing tied in. I'm putting in 10-pound fluorocarbon on this reel. Okay. And here we go. Clip this down. All right. This is either going to go great or it's going to go terribly wrong. Great or terribly wrong. So what we're doing is we're spooling up our Diawa Zillion, and already we're having some trouble here. All right. Well, I see what the problem is. Didn't quite go in there already. Already a struggle. Hey, good morning, or I should say good afternoon. What's up, man? How are you? What do I call you? I'll call you No Frills, No Mercy. How's everything going, man? Thanks for stopping by. Switching it up. I am going from Shimano bait casting reels, and I'm switching to Daiwas. I have a couple Shimano Curados. I've been doing my best to try to work with them, but I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it. and it's been really tough. It's been really, really tough. I mean, I want to love them. I want to love Shimano. I do. And this was what we're taking off Shimano Curado, and we're switching over to a Diawa Zillion. All right, we're going to take this. Be right back. And we're back. Hello, everybody. No Frills is hanging out. What's up, man? No Grins is hanging out. What's up, good buddy? Gonna try to get a better knot here. My last knot did not do very well here. Kind of knots do you guys usually tie up on your spool for your bait casters? I know some guys will tie in a monofilament first. I'm tying in straight fluorocarbon. That's my thinking anyway. Of course, I wasn't in the T-wing, so it didn't really make a difference anyway. One more. I want that right in the middle. So I've been watching a lot of lives, and I got to tell you, a couple of the lives that I've been watching, there's nothing going on. So I figured I might as well do something that there's nothing going on in. So here I am, just tying up lines. If you're just stopping in, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like, it really helps me out. I appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, hit those subscriber. It doesn't cost you anything. All right, let's try this again. All right, got our Diawa Zillion, and we're going to try to spool this baby up. We're spooling it directly off our, right off our Curado. Hey, Backlash, how are you? How are you, man? This is fluorocarbon. I'm running 10-pound fluorocarbon here. How are you? Using 10-pound fluoro. And we're spooling up a Diawa Zillion. I've been trying very hard to like the Curados, and I've been really struggling. Really, really struggling. Hang in there, Backlash. We're going to put you as a mod if you don't mind. There you go, buddy. I put you in as a moderator, Backlash. I've seen you around a little bit, and I appreciate you stopping by. And like I said, we're going to see if we can get this spooled in. So here we go. I'm spooling it directly off my Curado, which could be dangerous. But I just spooled it on the Curado. I only got a couple casts out of it, and I absolutely hate it. I hate it. So, you know, if anybody's looking for a Curado 200, let me know. I may have one for you. What's your thoughts? Daiwa or Shimano? What's your thinking? Am I making a wrong move? Yeah. Yeah, my name should be Backlash. Let's get you in there too, bud. Been seeing you around in a couple of the chats. There you go, buddy. Put you in as a moderator, No Frills. Like I said, I see you all the time. Are you Australian or you Australian? I think you might be Australian, no? You tell me. I don't know where you're. Yeah, so what do you think about the DCs? You're welcome. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. What are you thinking about the Curado DC? This is just a regular Curado, and I'm going to tell you something. Oh, Scotland. And we're lined up. Well, that didn't take too long. That didn't take too long at all. All right, let me get this through the lines. I didn't go far. I'm right here. Just got to get this through the eyelets. How's the weather in Scotland? Wow, these Zillions have very small eyelets. And this is very tough to get in these eyelets. One more and I'll be back. Here we go. Ooh. There we go. All right. Very cold. Yeah, it's been crazy here. I'm in New Jersey in the U.S. here, and yeah, it's been really cold. Or like you said, today's 40 degrees. Oh, okay. What do you think of them? Obelus. I've seen the Obelus around. Obelus, right? Maybe I haven't seen those around. Maybe I'm thinking of the Amina. What's your thoughts on those reels? Okay, yeah. So you're not really fishing for bass, I guess. Oh, okay. 8 hours north of you? Where are you at? Down in South Carolina? Oh, wait, hold on a second. Has anybody had an opportunity to try out one of these Diawa Zillions? Has anybody had an opportunity to cast one of these out? Tackle Warehouse. Oh, that's awesome, bro. First 5 bass or first 5-pounder in North Carolina? Yeah, I caught a nice 6-pounder in South Carolina on one of the major rivers out there. What do I want to put on this thing? I'll put this on for now. Got some good fishing there in the Carolinas. That's awesome, brother. That's awesome. Awesome stuff. I caught my first bass through the ice. First 2025. It took me 4 weeks to get into it. It was tough. I've been doing a little bit of ice fishing. Yeah, if you guys get an opportunity, check each other out. You know, I've been really enjoying some of the videos that I've been watching from some of the channels that I've been subscribing to from the lives. It's kind of cool to interact with you. And I've been actually really got interacting on the lives with, of all things, the catfish community. I don't know how it happened. I was watching a couple people catfishing. And I won't lie to you. I actually went out and bought a catfish rod. I'm like, that looks pretty good. They're fishing in the winter. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I could do some catfishing. Wow. So was that so the 13-pound 3-ounce, what kind of fish was that? That wasn't a bass, was it? Oh, that's looking great. Yeah, so we made the change over to the Daiwa Zillion. This is a Daiwa Zillion rod. I know that's going to be backwards, but what a pretty rod, huh? What a pretty rod. And this kind of mimics the Shimano X-Prime. And yeah, listen, if I can find a deal, I'm going for it. And yeah, it's really cool. Well, yeah, I just got my first drone and I'm learning it. I'm not too bad at it yet, but I'll tell you, there's a learning curve on those. I picked up a DJI Neo, and it follows me around wherever I go, and it's been a lot of fun. Wow, that's a monster. We don't have those here in New Jersey. So the biggest catch I've been a part of, my father caught a 7.5-pound largemouth here in New Jersey, and that's like our max. I mean, there's a couple 8-pounders here in New Jersey, but that's a huge fish, man. We just don't catch that here in New Jersey. So congratulations on that. Oh, you have a DJI Mini? Oh, you got a few. You got the Mini 2, the Mini 3, and the Pro Mavic Air. So you are a mainstream drone pilot. Did you hear about all the drones we had here in New Jersey? It wasn't you flying them, was it? All right, let's get this covered up. I think I got a new cover over here. I thought I had a new cover, but I guess I don't. Wow, white marlin, huh? Yeah, my biggest fish ever, I guess, was probably a bluefish. I don't even really recall how big it was, but it was big. My biggest freshwater fish has been a 14-pound carp. I got a video if you want to look back there. Oh, no, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to race, go back, rewind. My biggest fish has been a 38-pound muskie. And that's the one you want to check out. It's in my videos. It was called My Biggest Catch Ever. And I'm going to tell you something. That thing was absolutely huge. And I caught it with a drop shot, of all things, a 2.3 Kitech drop shot. And it is crazy. Yeah, you want to go fishing over there with Fishing Maniac? You know, he's not far from me. Maybe I'll get together with him once in a while. He and I talk once in a while, but you know, he's a character. He is really a character. Yeah, he looks like he'd be a lot of fun to fish with. But you know, when you get out fishing with people, it's not always exactly what you would think, because you know, if you were watching him right now, you'd pretty much be like, where are those damn fish? Where are they? Where are they? God darn it, where are those fish? Let me have a sip of seltzer. Ah, how many likes we got? We got 7 likes. 7 likes. We got 7 likes for 29 minutes in, and we got 7 likes. So that would be the Fishing Maniac. He's the character. He is definitely an absolute character. But I love him. I love him. If you watch some of his cooking videos, he's a pretty damn good cook, too. 58-pound rock. Wow. Wow. Well, you're topping me. You're definitely topping me. Yeah, do you have that? Do you have a video of that? That'd be cool to watch. Let me see. I want to go back here a little bit, make sure I didn't miss anything on you guys. And that's crazy. Yeah, he's crazy. He is absolutely crazy. And then he gives you one of those looks. Yeah, it really does work for him. I mean, I get lured into watching his live sessions for hours, and you know, there's a lot of times he doesn't catch many fish, but he's just really gets going, and it's a lot of fun to watch him. A lot of fun to watch him. And he seems like a real good guy, too. I might even order one of his sweatshirts. Just because. Just because. Oh, you're over in the Oregon area, huh? So, how is Oregon for fishing? Do they have some pretty big bass there? Or hmm. All right. You know what? We got another rod to work with. So let me get this over on the rod rack, and we're gonna switch another Curado 70. I wanted to downsize. I like these little smaller reels. You can throw these smaller baits out and do a lot more finesse fishing. And here in New Jersey, we have so many changes in seasons that we have to slow it down a lot. So there's a lot of times we have to really drag the bottom. And when we're dragging the bottom with some of our oh darn it. I forgot the name of the weight. It's kind of tough. Oh, we got another caller. Hold on. And we're back. We're back. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's awesome, man. All over Eastern North Carolina. It's nice. I've been trying to get out South Carolina with my dad and do a little fishing. Unfortunately, I do snow plowing here in New Jersey, and a lot of times there's really not much time for me to leave. I can't get out. I can't get out. Uh, so I don't know. Yeah. There's part of me that wants to get deep about something, and I don't know if I really want to do it on live or not. I don't know if I really want to do it on YouTube. There's some things happening in our country that's really got me concerned. I'm a big hockey fan. Love the New Jersey Devils. Love hockey, and I saw the other day the Montreal Canadiens, and they were playing an American team. And as you know, there has been a tariff put on Canada and Mexico, and it's got the Canadians and it's got the Mexicans. It's got them upset, and so anyway, I was checking in on this game, and they were doing the national anthems. And as I said, they were playing an American hockey team, and I'm not even really sure what team it was. And when they played the American anthem, the national anthem for the United States, the Canadians booed, and it hurt my heart to hear the Canadians boo the United States national anthem. It really hurt me, and I don't understand why our country is picking on some of our closest allies and our friends and our neighbors. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I know this is supposed to be all about fishing, but it's really bothering me. And I don't know what we're going to do. I really hope that we can figure this out. And I mean, we got kids. I want my kid to really enjoy life and be able to thrive, and she wants to be a doctor. I want her to grow up and be a doctor and really, be successful in life. And I'm nervous for her. I'm nervous for her. I think our country's in a really weird state right now, and it just doesn't make sense to me to make enemies. I mean, we're the world leader of the free world. I mean, people look up to us all around the world, and if you go to a different country and you tell them you're American, they love you just for no reason other than you're American. They think we have money too, and yeah, so I think that's going to change for us. I think that's going to change for us. I think I mean, just going to Niagara Falls. You want to go over to the Canadian side? It may be a real shock to us the next time we go up there. It may not be the same as what we're used to, where we're welcomed. I don't know if they're going to be as welcoming, until some of these things things that we're doing here in this country, make some changes. I just think I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. I mean, like I said, I try not to be any political at any cost. I try not to be. But this is going to affect our nation big time. I mean, anyone who lives in New York, Niagara Energy basically supplies New York. It's on the Canadian side. So, I mean, their electric costs could go up. Could you imagine all of a sudden you look at your electric bill and it's up by 25% because of a tariff? That's pretty steep. That's pretty steep. And I can tell you, they're not going to suck it up. No one is sucking up these taxes. I mean, I wouldn't. I have a business and I sell mulch. If my mulch supplier says, hey, Kirk, we're really sorry. We're no longer going to sell you this mulch for $20 a yard. We have to sell it to you for $23 a yard. And I'm selling it for $30. You better believe I'm selling it for $33. I may not make a profit on that, but I'm going to jack the price up because what am I? I'm not eating it. Why should I eat that rate? It gets passed along, and that gets passed along to the end consumer, and that might be you or me in the long run. So it's scary stuff. It's really scary stuff, and all we can do is just hope that our leaders make the right decisions and put us in the best possible scenario to make us the best country in the world, which I believe we are. And but it's going to take some real strong politicians to really come together and say, hey, listen, you know what? We're the world leader. Let's act like it. Let's be the world leader. So anyway, that's enough of that stuff. I'm sorry. Listen, that was a little rant. Let's get back to talking about reels, fishing reels. All right. So next one up. Sorry about that. It's just it's been really weighing on me. I don't know. Okay. Next up is a Curado 70. Again, I put this Curado 70 on a Shimano Zodias and love the rod. Absolutely love the rod. We're going to switch it over to another Diawa. We're 86ing Shimano when it comes to the bait casters. And we're going to switch over to the Diawas. I get it. So that's fine, but who pays for that? Who's going to pay to fix the roads? Who's going to pay to make sure your roads are lit? If you have trash, that's getting picked up by your town, or you have sidewalks, who's going to maintain those? That's where our tax dollars go. For health insurance, we were kind of going in that direction. We did have some healthcare coming along. And basically, listen, if you got a good job and you're getting healthcare through your job, I don't get it personally. I'm self-employed, so I have to pay for my own health insurance. So as a self-employed business person, would I get health insurance by the government? I don't think so. I haven't yet. 56 years old. I ain't never seen anything like it. All right. We got to get off that. We got to go off that. Yes, I understand that. But in a long run, backlash, those tariffs will be covered by the end consumer. People are just not going to eat it. And I know there's another scenario saying, well, you know what, we want to bring industry to the United States, which is great. I think that's awesome. But now let's think of it about a company. Let's say I'm a company and I sell you this little oil, okay? But in order to get this oil, I have to buy the container. and the container comes from China. All right. Now, I sell you this oil for $1.99, and you love it. You've been using this oil forever, and it's the best oil you've ever had. You would never change. So now I have a 25% tariff on it, or whatever they decide to do with China. Who knows? So now the dollar that I spent on the bottle, or the 50 cent I spent on the bottle, is now 75 cents. So I now have to make this $2.25. So those tariffs will, as you're saying, if those tariffs cover my health insurance, in the long run, I paid the 25 cents for this bottle of oil because it had to go up because there was a 25% increase on their taxing. We're going to pay for it in the long run. We're just going to pay for it in a different way. We're either going to be paying for it in the products that we buy, and right now they're already really high, or it's all going to come crashing down. Yeah. So let's say you have your obelisk reel, right? And the reel right now, I don't know what do they go for? What's an obelisk? Let's just say a 1,000 reel, baitcaster reel. What kind of cost would I look at if I decided, hey, I'm Kirk from Kirk Allen Outdoor Adventures, and I'd really like to buy an obelisk. Backlash Fisherman told me all about them. He says they're great. I want to try one. How much do I spend? And what's it going to cost when there's a 25% increase? Is it going to start elevating over the cost of American-made reels? Which, I got to be honest with you, I don't think any reels are made in America. Daiwa, Japan. Shimano, Japan. We used to have Shakespeare. Shakespeare's now made in China. So where are we left with? It cost way too much money to to buy the property, to build a building, to build the factory that's going to make the reel. How much is it going to be? How much is that reel going to cost if we bring that manufacturing back to the United States? Because there's a tariff on the metals, because we ship all our metal across the seas, and it's brought back to us in recycled metals. So I just can't see a company wanting to say, you know what, I'm going to start from scratch and I'm going to build these and I'm going to sell them. I think they're just going to be like, you know what, I'll just pay the 25% tariff. I'm going to pass that along to my customer, and he's going to help me pay. Yeah. A lot of the parts. Here's something else I'm really worried about is with the tariffs over to Canada. Some of the things I'm a little nervous about is we get a lot of filters from them. And I mean like oil filters and fuel filters and stuff of that nature. Same thing with Mexico. There are Chevrolets, GM is in Mexico, and it's absolutely crazy. It's really crazy. So we are really getting off the fishing topic, but you know what? Our fishing equipment is we're going to see changes in the cost of our fishing equipment as these tariffs are implied. I mean, it was really disappointing, though. As I said, it was really disappointing to see the Canadians booing the United States national anthem. That really hurt. It hurt me. And so it's I really hope things can get better. They're like our brothers, really. They're our brothers from another mother, way up yonder. Hey. Okay, let's do this. All right, we're switching over. We are switching over our Shimano Curado. This is a 70 size reel, and we're going to switch it over to a Daiwa, and we're going to show you this baby. Wait till you see this thing. This thing's sharp. Where'd it go? Oh, I'm leaning it up on you. All right, let's move you over here. Whoa, we got a little moving around in here. I was leaning on the new reel. Hey, that's all right, GT. Thanks for stopping by, bud. I haven't really been doing too many, to be honest with you. So you didn't miss too much. Sometimes I'll be out ice fishing and I'll be like, I'm not catching anything. I might as well go live. So, but hopefully you're catching my videos. Hey, casters, let's bring you in here and make you a moderator. Hey, casters, fishing whales. I just put you in as a moderator. So welcome aboard. Thanks for coming in. GT's out there. Look at the way they wrap this baby, huh? All right, so this is a Tatula BFTW 70 XH, which is left hand. Yeah, I should be fishing. This is a 70. This is a bait finesse reel, casting reel, and we're going to switch this over. Take a look at this baby. And won't this look nice with that Zodias? Before I throw it in there, though, I am gonna put a couple drops of oil on it, and I'm gonna grease the track here. The problem I noticed, and maybe you have too, if you happen to be if you're using Daiwas, is Daiwas come fairly dry. I don't know why they come so dry. Perhaps they'll die. I don't think so. But they come very, very dry. So my thought here was I want to get this thing oiled up before I do anything. So we're going to open this up. It's always tough to open. I always go the wrong way. Which Tatula was it? Because there's a couple different Tatulas, and I'm actually switching one of my Tatulas over. I can't get this to pop. So there's a couple different Tatulas. Yeah, so I'm actually taking one of my Tatulas off one reel. I'm switching this Tatula bait finesse reel over to, I have another medium light Zillion. I'm going to be putting that on there. And I cannot get this to pop off. Do you go down in these, or you threw it in the trash? Yeah. Well, if it's junk, it's junk. But here's what I can tell you. Daiwa will replace it. I have had a Daiwa issue, and I sent it back to Daiwa. They sent me a new one. So don't throw your stuff away so quickly. Oh, boy. Now, I know that opens. Do I got to take that off first? Let's see. You got to take these. Oh, that's cool. What type of dog do you have? I see that your dog had puppies. What kind of dog do you have? I'm just reading the comments. You're probably right. You're probably right. They probably do come dry because of that. They probably do. Shimano seems to be able to afford it, but hey, for the price of Shimano, you can get a little bit of oil, right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, have you been? Yeah, you should be playing Australian Shepherd. That's cool. Yeah, have you been putting any? Have you been putting any videos out on it? Yeah, everybody loves puppies. I'm having a very difficult time getting this thing to pop off here. I want to open this up and put some oil on it. There we go. There we go. So we got a little bearing right in there. And yeah, I want to get a little bit of oil in there. Yep. So we're going to get a couple drops of oil in there. Okay. Easy peasy. We're going to pull out our spool. And this is just a quick way to do it. But usually you could take these right out. I know some of my friends, they actually put ceramic bearings in there. Talk about tough. A lot of work. Well, that doesn't sound very good, does it? That doesn't sound very good at all. What in the world? Did you guys hear that? So I took this out. Listen to this. That sound crazy? What the heck? It doesn't do it when the spool's all the way in. I put a couple drops on oil on this spool here. On this little shaft here. We're going to throw a little bit of oil on here. Yeah, I won't. Maybe that's what I did with the Shimanos. There we go. All right. There we go. Oh my goodness. So I guess that was a bird's nest right off the bat, huh? Oiled the brake on accident? Or probably didn't know any better, right? Well, you did name yourself Backlash. It wasn't you, was it? All right. Nice. Nice. Now I want to put a little grease in the track. That's the last thing. No drag or anything. That sucks. That sucks. Was it an expensive reel? It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't even matter if it was expensive, to be honest with you. That sucks. Just want to go in each one of those little crevices. I'm going to run that through. Wow, what a difference that makes. What a difference. Yeah, you got to do these. It was a Curado DC. Yeah, I'm 86 in my Curados. No more. I don't have DCs, though. Could you imagine spending all that extra money? And this is where I'm kind of wondering. So Shimano has been making the Curados for quite some time. This reel oil is really good. The Luz, it's made by Lucas, and Lucas oil I actually use in my dump trucks, and really good quality oil. It doesn't break down fast, so you can get away a full season, full year before you have to re-oil it again, unless you're really in some crazy conditions. But where was I going? I can't remember what I was talking about. Something anyway. That's feeling awesome. That's feeling awesome. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. So the only thing with that is I think I want to run, we're going to put that over here. All right. We got a lot of reels hanging around. Let's put this reel over here. Okay. All right. So my plan here is, let me get this line off here. All right. That's a Curado. You can even hear it. That's a Curado 200. And it's still leaving a bunch of mess. The crazy thing is, so do I. So do I. I leave my rods and reels in the back of my truck. I have a tonneau cover, but I work in my stockyard and there's dust all over the place and they're always covered in dust. Always, 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 always covered in dust. My buddy's always laughing at me. He's like, oh man, what do you expect if you're going to run them around like that? So this is another Zillion. This Zillion is a medium light. Carlos, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that like. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. All right, Backlash. Well, I really appreciate you stopping by, and thanks for chatting with me. It got a little deep there. I apologize. But you know what? Hey, listen. I love having conversations with everybody about all that kind of stuff. Skeeter, you're not that new. We see Skeeter all over the place. Skeeter's one of those catfish guys. Skeeter, how you doing? Let's get you in here, bud. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, I clicked on the wrong guy here. Skeeter. Hey, Skeeter, we're going to put you in as a mod. We're going to pass that through. Lots of spam. How's it going, Skeeter? Thanks for stopping by, man. Skeeter's a big name. Skeeter's a big name. I see him pretty much on almost all the lives when it comes to the catfish lives with Pontoon Jody and Joyfield Jenny. Yeah, Carlos, I've been seeing you around too. Wow. Yeah, you can send it to my email. Love to see it. I don't know if you could put it on a live session or not. Yeah, email that over to me. Pretty easy. Kirk Allen Outdoor Adventures at gmail.com. I'd love to see it. Carlos, let's get you in here, bud. Congratulations on that catch. That's awesome. Get Carlos in as a mod. And so here's one of the reasons I put you in as mods. All right. What I noticed is when I watch some of the lives, it's really kind of cool to become a moderator. And if you see one of these channels that maybe you haven't, Skeeter, man, thank you. That's awesome, brother. Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate that. Skeeter just gave me $2. All right, we're gonna have to buy more new lures. Skeeter just threw some lure money in. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. That's really cool of you. So anyway, one of the things I like about making people moderators are if you are seeing other people kind of commenting on the comments here, you can go to them and I guess you would left click on them and no. Yeah, you would left click. Oh man, thank you. Holy crap, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I think I can hit a like on that. Thanks, man. That is awesome stuff. 2 lures. You're gonna get 2 lures, and we'll do a competition with those 2 lures. Thanks, man. That is awesome stuff. So anyway, you can go back and forth and check out each other's channels, and by all means, go out there and support the community. Go in there and see if you can subscribe to them. If you haven't subscribed to me, please do so. You can hit that subscribe. If you haven't liked yet, well, that's easy enough. All you got to do is double tap the screen if you're watching your phone. If you're on your computer, well, that's easy too. You just hit the like. Thanks a lot, guys, for those donations. I really appreciate it. A lot of fun. Thanks, guys. All right. Let's get down to business. All right, so what we're doing here is I have a Tatula 70 here. And really what we're doing here is we're eliminating this Curado. And getting a lot of spam calls today. So we're going to get rid of our Curados. I've been really struggling with Curados, and I fish normally Daiwas, but everybody's saying, oh, you got to have a Shimano, got to have a Shimano. So I went out and bought a bunch of Shimanos, and the trouble is I'm having a lot of trouble with them. They're backlashing them like crazy. Whenever I make a lure change, I'm backlashing. So I decided I'm going back to Daiwa. When it comes to bait casters, I'm Daiwa. When it comes to spinning reels, I'm all in on Shimano. I absolutely love the Shimano spinning reels. I like the Vanfords. I got some Stratics. I've got some, don't have a Stella, but I would like to get a Stella. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be taking this 70 reel off this rod. This is a Daiwa Tutula. It's a 7-1, and we're going to put it on this this Shimano reel. Okay, I know it seems a little weird. You're going to put a Daiwa on a Shimano, but that's what I'm going to do. And then we're going to put our brand new Daiwa bait finesse on our Zillion. I think it belongs there, so that's what we're going to do. So Daiwa BF, the bait finesse 70 is going to go on the Zillion. Our 70 Daiwa, and we're going smaller reels here because we're really trying to get more of a finesse feel. Here in New Jersey, we get a lot of switch up in temperatures. So, we'd like to really feel that ground. We're doing a lot of dragging. And I'm going to tell you, if you have a sensitive rod, I have caught fish that with a non-sensitive rod, I thought I was bumping into a rock. Thank you. They're both nice rods, actually. So this is a Diawa Zillion. This is kind of very much like a Shimano X Pride. And this is a Shimano Zodias. And we're going to switch that off. Thanks, Carlos. I appreciate that because there's nothing weirder in my head. There's Pontoon Jody. See that? We're talking about all kinds of stuff here today. We're talking about changing over a few reels, and we got into some weird stuff earlier, but I appreciated the conversations. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to use this line. This is 10-pound line. Actually, maybe I'm not going to. Maybe I'll stay in with the... Hi, Jody. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like. Boop, boop. Double tap that like for me, and that would be great. Hey, Skeeter gave me $2, and so did No Frills. So I'm up $4. I don't know who gave me 49 cents. Oh, maybe that's converted over to that might be converted over to US dollars. So yeah, man, thanks, Jordy. Appreciate that. Yeah. I'm up $4.50. So we're gonna get some lures with that. Definitely going to get some lures with that. I've been trying to catfish, but it froze over around by me. So I'm down to ice fishing. I've been doing pretty good. I've been getting a couple bass and a few panfish here and there. Picked up a Garmin Striker 4. So I'm having some fun with that. I got a video coming on the unboxing with that. So that should be pretty interesting. So what do I want to do here? This already has 8-pound line on it. I don't know if I have enough 8-pound line on it. Kind of tough to tell. Yes, I think I have enough 8-pound line on this thing. So basically we're trying to set up some finesse rods. So I want real light line. I want 70 bait finesse, bait casters, and yeah, so I don't know how much is on this thing. $200 yards. The 70s don't take nearly as much line. Man, I'd be really pissed if I spooled that whole line up and then I ran out. Oh, well, you got to try, right? All right. So let's get this off of here. So this is how bad I've been doing with this reel. I took one of my kids' weight things from her kitty rod just to practice this reel, and I suck at it. I absolutely suck at this Curado. So I'm outsing it. I'm outsing it. So the ice fishing here, we've had some really, really cold nights, and I tried doing some ice fishing over the weekend, and wow, was that a mistake? It was like 27 degrees out, and with the wind chill, it was like 18. And oh my God, I hurt. I hurt. It was awful, 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 awful. All right, so let's take this off here. Let's start with this one. Let's pull this up first. And that's got 10-pound line on it. Actually, no, it doesn't. I don't know what it has on there. This is going to be easy. This is going to be easy transition here because we're just switching one reel to another rod. But this is a nice setup too. I almost don't want to change the setup because it's such a nice setup, but I really feel like this rod deserves a pricier reel. Not that the pricier reel is always a better reel. That's the crazy thing with it. Sometimes you don't always get what you pay for. All right, so let's put that on there. So this is a Diawa Shimano now. Very interesting. That looks pretty good though. It does look good on there. This is 8-pound line. All right, let's move things around here a little bit. You know what? You got to watch what you wish for, Carlos, because sometimes those cold nights don't give up on us. They just keep coming. And first thing you know, every night's just freezing cold, and it gets old quick. Believe me when I tell you. It gets real quick. All right, let's get these through the eyelets. Whereabouts are you from, Carlos? If you're Celsius, I'm gonna say that you're, because we're Fahrenheit here in the U.S., so I'm gonna say you're out of country. Where are you from? Where are you from? Hit that Jeopardy music. We're waiting to find out where Carlos is from. I got Nightbot, I believe, but I haven't seen Nightbot anywhere. South Africa. Wow. Well, I guess you don't get cold weather there. Hold on one second. Got a couple eyelets here. Okay. Born and raised in South Africa, Carlos? I'm not sure what the conversion is for 21. Does anybody can anybody go on their computer and see what the conversion is from 21 Celsius to Fahrenheit? Anyone? Anyone? I don't really even think I want this reel on, but okay, this is the wife calling, so bear with me. I gotta answer this. I pushed it one time on the live, and I never heard the end of it. What'd I miss? Sorry about that. I got to take it from the wife. That's 69. So 69 is awesome weather, Carlos. Sorry if I lost everybody. I had to go take a phone call. The wife was calling. You got to take the phone call from the wife. So that's really important. As I said, I passed it along one time. And boy, did I not hear, I didn't hear the end of it. So I lost you guys for a little bit. But yeah, come on back. Come on back if you're still there. I got a perfect little lure for this I'm going to put on here. This feels good. This feels really good. I'm really going to like this, I think. This was the way to go. I'm glad I made the change. I'm glad I made the change. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that like if you're coming in. Carlos. So look at this nice little purple and black. This is a beautiful little jig, little swim jig. I'm going to throw that on here. It's a pretty little jig. And like I said, you know, we're setting up for bait finesse. So this is a 1/4 ounce. I think this is a nice little jig here. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you about the jig, Carlos. The jig is up. A lot of times with the jig is people will move it too fast or too slow. So do you put a trailer on your jig? Because that's kind of important. Okay, so I like that. I like that. Can you get Kitech where you're at? Not sure if Kitech's worldwide yet. They actually make them right here in New Jersey. But you got to make sure the type of jig head you have too, because you can see this is they have swim jigs. This would sit flat like this when it's sitting underwater. And then they also have football jigs. And I just happen to have one here, so I can kind of show you the difference. So each of them have different heads, okay? This is a football jig. Football jig's going to have a blunter head like this. And the football jigs will sit kind of upright like this. So when you're swimming them along, these really don't swim. You want to kind of pop these. So they'll kind of come up and the skirt will pop. These, if you have a paddle tail or even the shad that you have, they can be kind of dragged across the bottom. And then you can also pop. So these are a little more versatile. So if you look at the head, you want to get more of a pointy style head. And then you could swim it, you know, really. You could just kind of get it going and really swim it. The football jig is going to be more for targeting. So targeting and slow drag. So the nice thing with the swim jig, excuse me, the nice thing with the swim jig is you can do all that. You can pop it, you can drag it, you can swim it. And that's what makes that such a versatile jig. And let's see here. Let's see what I got to put on here. Not that I'm going to really fish it, but... so these are Kitechs. I know it's going to be in reverse. If you can get these Kitechs are really, really, really good. Really good. I do. But here's what I'll tell you with that. Actually, no. I never trim my brush guard. You can see that brush guard is going to be plenty to go past the hook. So I don't believe in really making it easier to get hooked up. Skirt, I'll usually fish the skirt at full length to start. If I feel like I'm not getting bites, I will trim the skirt. And what I'll trim the skirt is just about to the top of the hook. So I'll go right about to there, or to the bottom of the hook. You don't want to expose your hook. And a lot of times what happens are guys trim their skirts down so far that when this thing comes dropping out of the water, this skirt's going to be blasting out like this when this is coming down, when it's making its drop. So a short skirt is not going to be able to pull the water out as quickly. So you're not going to get that burst of skirt that flies around, which usually will attract a bite. So if you keep it too small, your lure may just kind of go down like this instead of this big pop of explosion with the skirt that's just all over the place. So I don't normally trim the skirts. If I do, like I said, I don't go too much below the hook. Yeah, you could do that too. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And it's crazy too because we'll use like a fluke. I don't know if you've ever used a super fluke. And the super fluke, if you hook those through the nose rather than Texas rigging it, you can get a completely different look. And the one thing too I noticed with the fluke is don't be afraid to cast it in there, move around, and just dead stick it. And I have caught so many fish just by stopping, letting my lure sit there a little bit. Just let them inspect it. Let them think it's dead. They eat dead fish all the time. And maybe they might bite it. Was I going to put a plastic on this? Let's see what I got here. Do I have any plastics around here? Yeah, so this is the plastic it came with. I don't know if I'm all that excited about it. It's kind of big. I'm not really into the bugs. I'd rather put some kind of swimming bait on there. You know, the thing too is with finesse, when you're finesse fishing, you don't want to get too big. You know, you want stuff to be a little bit smaller, slow it down a little bit. And yeah, I'll throw one of these guys on here. Everything looks a little bit different color. There's a little bit of blue light behind me, and it sometimes makes the colors look a little different. So here's what we're throwing on. Just this little dinker, you know, nothing special. Nothing special. This is a 3.5 inch Kitech swing impact. So you know, I mean, if you're fishing mainly saltwater, you know, reaction is what gets a fish to bite. You know, the fish like reaction, and if the reaction's correct, they're going to hit it every time. So let's see how far that this is going to be. Let's see how this looks. I'm going to take a little bit off there. So I flattened out my end. I took about, I don't know, maybe ½ inch off. That's not a necessity. I'm going to get this through here. There you go. Get that skirt out of the way a little bit. Get that right down in there. And that's what we're working with. Nice and compact. And we can do a lot with that. Little swimming. That's a nice looking setup there. Needs a couple casts to get that skirt working good, but I don't think that you really need that tail to really be out too far. Just a little bit. You know, it's yeah, it's good. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. So Shimano Zodias is now set up with a Diawa 70 reel. So nice. I like it. I like it. Hey, Kason, how are you? All right. So there's a couple different jigs, but there's one jig that I got to tell you that I really like, and this isn't one of them. This jig is just kind of an aftermarket jig. If you want a jig that's I've done really well with, I really like the dirty jigs. They are made by, well, you can get them at Discount Tackle. Tackle Warehouse has them. They're called dirty jigs, and they just swim nice. They sit on the bottom nice. When you drop it down on the bottom, they sit perfectly straight. When you swim them back, if you do some twitching on them when you're swimming them back, they'll give you a little bit of zigzag. And I don't see that with a lot of different jigs, but dirty jig is definitely the jig that I would say is probably my favorite. The other jig I like is made by Strike King. It's called the Itsy Bitsy, Itty Bitty. It's called the Itty Bitty Bug. And that's a very small, it's more of a 1/4 ounce jig. It's a little smaller, so you can shrink down your profile a little bit. And I have been able to get a couple bites on that too. And surprisingly, if you use the Itty Bitty, try putting on a Gary Yamamoto green pumpkin grub. It's got a little grub tail, single grub tail on that itty bitty. And I'm going to tell you something. Phenomenal bites, especially when you want to slow it down a little bit. If the fish are slow and the fishing's slow, grab that itty bitty, throw that grub tail on it, and just kind of just drag that thing through, swimming around, and that little curly tail just gets going. You make most of your stuff there? Wow. So, I mean, with the internet, you can go on and take a look at some of these jigs and see if you can manufacture them. Actually, I have some manufactured jigs right here. A friend of mine made a couple of these jigs. These are just jig heads. He poured these, and yeah, he did a nice job on them. He poured the lead, and he what do they call that? Where they dry paint it. What do they call that again? You know what I mean? Here's another one he made. Yeah, he does a nice job on these. This has like a little bit of a chroma coat color. Oh, they're powder coated. Powder coated. Puts the eyeballs in them. He made me quite a few, and the name of his channel is called Bait Makers, and I'm a little nervous. I haven't heard from him in about 6 months, and the last I heard, his daughter was having a baby, and I just hope something bad didn't happen. Like I said, I haven't heard from him in a little while. I'm a little nervous. Okay, let's get this one put away. All right, this is our Shimano. What's the length on this one? This one is, that's a 6. What's this one? That's a 7. We'll put this one on here. Too short. Too short. Awesome. So yeah, that Bitsy bug is that's a nice little jig. I mean, try putting that grub tail on it. Give it a shot. See if you like it. Yeah, the rod has a sock. I put rod socks on them. So the reason I put the rod socks on there is if you bring multiple rods, once in a while, your rods will get caught inside the line. And the rod sock keeps those rods from tangling into each other. So, yeah, I've got rod socks for them. Look. All my rods have rod socks. Even my little itty bitty rod. So, let's put this guy back. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you make it? Do you? Yeah, definitely try it. So take a look at that itsy bitty. That's a sweet little lure. That's a sweet little lure. So give that a shot. All right. Do you do your own plastics and stuff too? There's some plastics the guy made too. These are called Old Buzzards 4.25. A little big for my liking around in our area here. I really don't fish with that big of a lure. So let's get doing this. So right now we got 2 poor Curados that have no home for the Curados. So maybe I'll put those on Marketplace. Now. They make them. You can get a 13-foot sock. All right. Let's get this baby put on here. As I said, this is a medium light. This is a 7-foot. Actually, it's a 7.1 medium light. And this has been incredible finesse rod. I can feel absolutely everything. I got a 2-piece that's stuck. There's nothing I can do about it. Is there something on my glasses I keep seeing? Yep. Yeah, I have a 2-piece I can't get back apart, and I'm like, I actually want to take it apart, but yeah, I can't do it. Can't do it. That's gonna feel good. That's gonna feel good. All right. I'm taking a risk here. It sure doesn't look like that's got much line on it. I'm trying to think if I lined something else up. I think I lined another reel up with this. I don't think I got enough line on this. I think I might have to pick up some line. Is there something on my nose? Oh, there was a fuzzy on my nose. I could see it, but I couldn't get it. So anyway, hey, listen, if you're here still and you haven't liked, don't forget to do the duty of hitting that like button. Thanks, man. I had a little piece of they got a little piece of skirt on my nose. But yeah. I think I got to pick up line. I don't think I have enough line on this. I think I re-spooled another reel, and I've been using this as leader. So I don't think we're going to be spooling up this this other one here. So when it comes to live streaming casing, I kind of just jump on. Like if I'm working on some rods or something like that, and sometimes it gets a little boring just kind of doing your thing. So sometimes I'll just say, hey, you know what? Let's bring the community along. Have them take a look at it. So here you go. This is what we're looking at here. This is a Diawa Bait Finesse Tatula 70. And basically what I switched off was I switched off this 70 Curado. And, you know, that 70 might have my line on it. Let me see. This 70 might have my 8-pound Seagar on it. And if it does, maybe I'll steal this line from here. You know what? I think it does. That feels very light. All right. I'm going to see if I can feel. So I know this is 8. I know it seems kind of weird, but I'm able to feel the thickness. That's 10-pound. Believe it or not, I'm able to tell that's 10-pound line. Pretty tough to say. There's not that much of difference, but I think that's 10-pound line. Yeah, I'm like, what size is that? You know, once it's on the spool, but I'm pretty sure that's 10-pound. That's 10-pound. So I want to put 8-pound on this, so I'm going to buy another. I switched away. I'm going to show you what I switched away from because I've been having problems with it. So, I don't know if you guys have been having any trouble with your line. This line is Berkeley Vanish, easy casting, and you can see I got a little sign on there that says used. This is 10-pound. Sometimes what happens is if you buy your line at like a Walmart or a discount store, you're not getting good line. It's usually outdated, and I was able to check my date on this, and this line is over 2 years old. And it lost its strength, and it's been breaking like crazy. So, yeah, it's been really crappy. So, yeah, I decided to switch over to the Seagar. Carlos, I plan on going ice fishing maybe tomorrow afternoon, or maybe the next day. And did you enjoy that? You enjoy watching me freeze my butt off? A lot of fun, right? Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's new to me. I do have a video coming out about a Garmin Striker 4. I'll show you what I got here. So this is the Garmin Striker 4. I'm sorry. You know what? Let me fix that for you. This is the Garmin. Let me fix that for you again. This is the Garmin Striker 4. I just picked it up, and I've been doing some fishing with it, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. So I'm in my basement. My basement is my shop. My basement is my shop. So if nothing else, this is a very profitable live. Made $4.49 on my live. Pretty cool, huh? So I need to pick up some 8-pound line. So we're kind of done down here. And then we're going to be figuring out what we're going to do with these Curados. I have a buyer actually for this Curado, the 70. One of my friends wants to buy this from me. Nice reel. Don't know what I'm going to do with the 200 as of right yet. Maybe I'll throw it on a rod and put it out for sale. We'll see. I find that just selling a reel by itself has been kind of tough, but you never know. Might get someone who likes it. But these are the two Curados that we have here. We have the Shimano Curado 200, and the Shimano Curado 70. And that's it for me with Shimanos. I guess I'm done with Shimanos. We're going straight out Daiwa when it comes to bait casters. But we will be fishing with Shimano spinning reels. I really like the spinning reels. We're going to stay with those. I've been having a lot of success with them. So I think we're going to be wrapping this up here. So I really appreciate you guys all stopping by, and it's been a lot of fun. Your reel is a Frankenstein reel. Hey, listen, whatever works, right? Whatever works, whatever helps you catch fish is what you need to have. I've got a couple reels like that I've mismoshed a few pieces on. Is it hard to get it? So it's kind of hard to get equipment where you're at, it sounds like. Do you fish with well, you're fishing a lot of ocean fishing then. So yeah, it's I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of places you can go online. Probably costs a lot to ship to South Africa. Well, there you go. That's all you need, right? If you can pull out a great white, that's all you need. You got a lot of those great whites down there. Scary stuff. Scary stuff. Scary, scary stuff. That goes there. All right. Well, anyway, I really appreciate everybody stopping by. If you're just chopping in, don't forget to hit that like. And if you're not a subscriber, don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it. I've got a lot of cool videos out there if you want to check out my videos. A lot of fishing videos, a lot of breakdown videos of reviews and different types of things that we fish with. And yeah, you know, I just saw a short of somebody bringing a hammerhead in off the surf, and the guy just jumped right on top of it, pulled up the hammerhead, and just unhooked it with his hand, like no fear at all of getting bit. So wow, I don't know if that was your friend, but I got to tell you, man, that was some crazy stuff, really crazy stuff. A lot of fun to watch. That's exactly what you do. I mean, aren't you nervous that you're going to get? No, I don't want to say bit, but aren't you worried you're going to get your hand into those teeth and get cut up? I would be, but I'm a sissy. I guess you got to get the hook out, right? What are you going to do? Do you keep a couple of them? Can you keep a great white? Is a great white edible? Is a great white edible? I don't know. That's my question to you. Put a sock on this, and it doesn't even have line on it yet. But soon to come. Alrighty. Yeah. And no, you can't keep them. From what I understand too, I think their skin is like really rough, like sandpaper, isn't it? Isn't it like really almost sharp? Like you could actually get cut on their skin. This is only what I've heard, of course. I've never caught a shark. Let's get some cleaning up here. It's my Kitech box. These are all different color Kitechs. Kitech. We got our stank juice. You can dip them and color up the tail a little bit. I don't know how this box became the box that I put my grease and my oil in, but it just kind of worked out that way. I like to keep it on the fly. Yeah, they do, right? They can scratch you up. That's I had heard that they're pretty rough. They're pretty rough. So, well, Carlos, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. And I really had a good time talking with you. Hopefully I learned a little bit about some sea fishing and catching sharks, and hopefully you learned a little bit about whatever I was doing here. Playing around with reels, basically, I guess. But yeah, really appreciate you coming by, Carlos, and hanging out. And everybody else who came by today, I really do. Appreciate those donations. That was really cool. It's always exciting to see somebody just feel like, oh, you know what? I want to give this guy a couple bucks. So that's pretty cool. And it's really cool stuff. So, hey, man, thanks a lot. If you see me live again, please jump on. I don't know. Do you have a YouTube channel, Carlos? Thanks, Kason. I really have. I had a good time talking with you. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate talking with you and coming along on my live. Don't forget to hit that like if you haven't already. I think Kason just stopped in, said, "Hey, man, I really, really like to watch," and then quickly headed out. But anyway, thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to stop by the channel and check out some of our videos. We really appreciate it. Hit your notification bell so when I come live next time, you'll know it, and we can talk again. All right. That sounds great. Like I said, I'd be happy to come by the channel and give you a subscription. I got one for my business too. So if you get bored watching fishing stuff and you like looking at me, I have another channel called Kirk Trucking, and that's my trucking company. And we do all kinds of things with construction business. So if you want to go check that channel out too, if you want to get kind of like a little bit different from the fishing, but you like the guy who commentates it, well, that would be good. You could check out Kirk Trucking at YouTube. And yeah, love to see you over there too. All right, guys, thanks again. Really appreciate everybody stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.